luckiest kid ever.
Security alert.
What's happening, YouTubers? Eddie here with Nelson & Sons Review. So you really need to ask yourself, how secure is your home? Well, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the Nest Secure Alarm System. It's a DIY, fully integrated smart home security system. I'm going to talk about how to get the Nest Guard set up. I'm going to talk about how to get one of these sensors plugged in and all set up. I'm going to walk through some of the basic functions of the app itself. And then I'm going to show you 4 different ways of arming and disarming the alarm. Because let's face it, we all want to feel a little more secure whether we're home or not, right? So let's get into how I got this all set up.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
All right, guys, now I want to kind of show you how to get the Nest Guard set up. So you got the unit here. There's a barcode on the back. Once you get it plugged in, you want to open up the Nest app. You want to click the gear icon here. You want to go to add product, and then you're going to use your camera to scan that. And once it scans it, it's a green light there. Now this one's already added to my account. I didn't want to delete it, but it's just going to walk you through a really basic setup process. You're going to name it, you're going to add it to your Wi-Fi, and then it's going to ask you where you're going to be placing it. So it takes about 1.5 minutes to set it up. It's really, really easy. So the other thing I want to kind of show you on the app here, that's probably going to be the most important thing once you get this unit set up to your account, what you want to have set for all your security levels. So you want to click again on the app on the gear icon down here. You want to go down to security, and then you want to go to security levels. Now this one is set for when it's turned off, we have the open tone. So when the garage door is open, it just gives you kind of a boom noise, a tone when you open the garage door. So that's when the whole system's completely turned off. And this one is called home and guarding. It's exactly what it states is when you're home, you want your door sensors and or window sensors to be active. You want motion turned off. So obviously if you're moving around the house, you don't want your alarm to go off while you're moving around the house. So then you can change that entry countdown on there. You just click entry countdown. The garage door I have set for motion detection is turned off. You can turn it on if you want, just leave it turned off. And then the door open, I have 45-second countdown. So when I am home, I have it on home and guarding, and someone comes in through the garage door, it's going to take 45 seconds before the alarm goes off. And she's going to kind of talk to you and say the garage door has been opened. So that's more of a personal preference on how long you want to set that for. You can have no delay, 15, 30, 45 minutes, 2 minutes, or excuse me, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So it really depends on personal preference. If someone does come in while you're home, how long you want it to go before the alarm goes off. So, and then on the other one is when you are away and guarding, the entry countdown I have set for no delay, because you want it to go off immediately. If someone breaks in or it senses motion, it's going to go off right away. And then the leaving countdown when you arm it, I have set for 1 minute. That's been seeming to work out fine for us. You hit it, you have 1 minute to leave. We just usually set it once we're in the car in the garage. We just say home and away. We just click the away button and it has 1 minute to arm, and we're already on the road and going. So now it will give you, when you're out and you do forget to arm it, it's going to send you a little notification saying, it looks like no one's home. Would you like to set the alarm? So you just click it and you can set it. So that's one cool feature of you can set it from anywhere. If you're at work, you get all the way to work and you forget that you armed your alarm, you can still do it from work. Doesn't matter where you are. As long as you got cell service or Wi-Fi, you're good to go. So now the other thing is this unit actually has a built-in motion sensor built into the actual Nest Guard unit itself. It's right on the front here. So the front of this where it says Nest is where you want to point it to where you want to get most of your coverage. It has a 90-degree field of view, and it'll go up to about 10 feet is as far as it'll detect motion. So we have ours set up here in the kitchen front room area, sliding glass door. We got a bunch of windows there, so that kind of projects out and you can see if anybody's there. Now the other thing is, if you have a dog that's about under 40 pounds, it won't set off the alarm. So if you have a dog that's home while you're away, like if you have it on full security mode and you have a dog that's roaming around, if he's under 40 pounds about, then it won't go off. I'm not too sure. I don't have a dog, so I don't know how well that actually works or not. So, and then the other thing that you can add to it is there's cellular backup, and there is like 24/7 monitoring by Brinks security. And I think it's about $19 a month, and or with a 3-year contract, or it's about $30 a month to month. So that just kind of gives you the professional monitoring built into this. And then also when it is on away and guarding full security mode, if someone does break in and they see it right away, if it doesn't go off for some reason, if they try to unplug it or tamper it, try to crush it, the alarm's gonna go off and it's gonna send out a security alert. So it's pretty foolproof. It's real easy to set up. We've had it here for about a month and a half, and we use it all the time. It works really, really great. I highly recommend this product. It's awesome for us. So here's the motion sensor that we're gonna hook up in our bedroom. So I've got the app open here. I'm gonna show you guys how to add it. You just click the little, once you're on the main Nest screen, it's gonna load. And then there's the little gear icon, you press that. Then you wanna go down, scroll down to add product. You're gonna click add product. And then there's a QR code on the back of this thing. So once you hold it up to the camera here, it's gonna scan it. See if I can stop it wiggling. And then it's going to ask you, let you know when the door open and close, detects motion. It kind of just gives you a brief overview of what it does. So hit next. It's connecting to the Nest Guard right now. So now it's telling me to pull this tab out because that's the battery tab. So I'm going to pull this off. And then you got the little blue ring is what it's telling you on there. Making sure the light glow blue ring, tap next once it's glowing blue. So now it's talking to the Nest Guard, and then once it's all connected, it turns green. And it says it's finishing adding to the Nest Guard. And then it's all set up. And then say continue the installation. That's going to kind of ask you where you want to put it. So I want to put it on a wall. And the motion detection is saying it's up to 15 feet. So next, I'm going to put it in the corner, not the wall, so you can do wall or corner. So we're going to do the corner. You just hit next. And then what you want to name it. So there's either built-in ones or you can do, I think, your own. So we're going to do master bedroom. That's going to name it that. So there is this little plate, so we're going to have to take off this backing plate and attach this so we can do a corner mount because it's a little corner blade here. So now I'm going to show you how to take this backing plate off. Took me a minute to figure it out, but you just got to get something to pry it with. This is from the Nest doorbell, but you can just use a flathead screwdriver as long as you can pop this little cover open. So you see it pop open like that, kind of opens. And then once it does, you kind of put your finger to twist it. And you just really got to grab it and give it a really, really, really good tug, and it comes off. You kind of got to be aggressive with this thing. It feels like it's going to break, but it won't. The plastic's really, 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 really sturdy plastic. So the other option that this thing does as well is it offers a pathway light. You can see it glowing right here. So I have all mine turned off just because obviously battery life's going to suffer quite a bit with that, but it's kind of another cool feature. Especially if you have it somewhere where you hardly are walking or hardly go into, you can kind of give a pathway light and it detects motion. So walk around motion detection when you're doing it. So that's a kind of a neat feature. So now we're going to get this mounted to the wall. I'm going to use a screw and the adhesive. It asks you if you want to use either one, but I would just do both. That way it's never going to come off the wall. So I'm going to pull the little adhesive off here. Main thing that it says when you're mounting it is to be between 5 feet and 6.4 feet. So I'm 5'11", so I'm gonna kind of do it just above eye level. That way we're within that threshold, because if it's too high, it's not gonna get any motion down below you. If it's way too low, it might set off too often, you're gonna have something block it like this lamp. So between 5 feet and 6.5 feet is kind of where you wanna put it. So I'm gonna stick it just about a little above eye level for me. So we're gonna push firmly because we got that adhesive on there, and just get yourself a screwdriver and or drill. I'm just gonna use a screwdriver so I don't over tighten it. And there's gonna always be a stud in the corner of your wall, so it's gonna be nice and tight. And that's it. And then once you get that bracket up there, grab the Nest motion detector, give it a good push, and that's it. All right, guys, now that we got the bedroom all set up, I wanted to show you here on my garage door. It's kind of the same function. You've got the adhesive. You're just gonna stick the sensor here, and you're gonna stick the little magnet on here. And I've got this one set up to the highest level just because of it's just the doorway area. So now that when you open the door, it kind of gives you an audible chime when you open it, and then when you close it. So this one does motion up to 15 feet, and then also the contact, it does that as well. So now the other really cool feature about this home thing is when you're on home and guarding. So when you're on home and guarding and someone would break in, it would go off, the alarm would go off, and or if you open the door. So I leave early in the morning before my family does. I don't want to disturb them. So what I do is you just come up here and you press this button right here. It turns green, and now it's kind of a silent open. So when you open it, it won't make a chime noise, and the alarm won't go off. And then as soon as you close it, it goes back to home and guarding instantly. All right, so now I'm going to show you the 4 different ways of arming and disarming the system. So right over here, we've got the unit itself here that you can do. You just press this button here, which is away and guarding.
You have 1 minute to exit.
Gives you the visual green and the audible 1 minute to exit. To turn it off, you just hit the off button over here, and then it'll prompt you for a passcode to put in there, and you just hit the X or the check mark button here. The other way is the Nest tag, which you put on your keychain. You can give this to your house sitter, your cleaning lady, whoever you don't want to have a code. You can just give this to them, or your kids if they come home early. That way they can just run in, or when you're leaving,
You have 1 minute to exit.
you can arm it, and then when you're coming back home, it disarms it. Now the other way is on the app itself. You've got this function on this side here where it says security. You can arm it there,
You have 1 minute to exit.
and then you can just turn it back off on here. That way there's no codes to remember. And the other function that we use the most is you push on the main Nest screen, you press your home here, and you just say that you're going away.
You have 1 minute to exit.
And then when you get back home, you just say that you're home, and it disarms it. So the other way here is with the Google Home Hub. So I'll make a video another day on how I get the Google Home Hub set up with the ecosystem of the Nest, but this way is another pretty cool way. If your hands are tied up, all you gotta do is say, "Hey Google, I'm leaving."
Okay. You have 1 minute to exit, setting the Nest Guard to away and guarding. Have a great day.
So she gives you the audible, and you can see the visual of the green, the countdown. So in 1 minute, it's gonna arm the system. So now we'll just turn it off with the little Nest tag here. Disarmed. So now it will not, the Google Home Hub will not let you disarm it with audible with your voice, because it's just more of a security feature. If someone did come into your house, all they would have to say is, "Hey Google, disarm the alarm." So it won't let you disarm it. So that's one way of arming it, but not disarming it. So another cool feature about this unit is on the back here, there's actually a panic button on the back. So for some reason you're home and I don't know what happens, an intruder happens or whatever, but you want to set off the alarm, all you got to do is hold this button on the back, and a little red ring will come around, and once the red ring goes away, it's going to go off. So we'll give it a try. So we hold it, and the
Security
alarm goes
alert.
off. I'm going to use this here. Disarms it. So now I want to show you guys how loud this alarm system is. I got a little decibel meter here on my iPhone. I know it's not the best thing, but I just kind of want to show you how loud it really is.
Security alert.
So you can see there our peak was 108.7, so it's very extremely loud. Works awesome. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope that video was helpful of the DIY Nest Secure install. Please leave all your questions and comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little reminder bell, and please tell all your friends and families about me. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.